All right. I know you can't see my face right now, but welcome to the stream, everybody. I am going to be. Oh shoot! What did I do? 9:30 open is coming up. There's a few things that I'm looking at. Right. Let's clear this up just a little bit. This is NQ. Let's look at this on the daily. Let's check it out for a second. Also, if you want to get any of these signals, but I mean not signals, they're just alerts, right? Alerts that I'm looking at, things that I'm aligning market to, and if you want to get these for free, absolutely free. I update them every single day. I mean, this is the last trading day. It's a Friday, no news, but I update them. If you want to take a look at them and basically get them as, as part of, oh Lord, hold on one second, guys. All right. So yeah, basically, if you want to get these for free, let me know. What is this? Oh, sick. Okay. Yep. If you want to get these for free, you basically get them. Let me show you how you get them. They look like this. They look just like this. Boom. You can see we get these are Discord alerts. 8:30, 8:40 a.m. We got all of this, right? We saw it coming in. Thursday's lows got swept on NQ, YMRTY gives us the price. So super helpful, right? If even if you're trading scalping specific time frames, it'll help you a lot to see what's going on. But let's just jump right into this right quick. Let me put some tunes on. Let's put on some tunes. Oh, my face. Where's my face? Oh, let me get this camera set up. All right, let's see. Is this camera? No, let's use should I use the little one? Little one's fine, right? Let's take a look at the little ones here. I mean, the little ones. NQ. MNQ. I'm trading the micros today. I am trading the micros. Um cool beans. Yeah, I'm trading the micros today. And my goal, let me move this here. Boom, so you can see me a little bit better. Okay, I'm trading micros today. Let's take a look at where we're at. I'll talk about kind of what I want to see, where we kind of moved into. Let me set one more alert down here. This was the low of 19,504.75. We'll set it a second. 19,500. Oh, hold on, guys. Let me set this up differently over here. 19,700. What is? Hold on. I just got to do this for the Discord. I've got to do this for the Discord. Monday low. Yep, right here. Right here. Save. Save. This is 19,504.75, 19,504, 504.75. And so all of our Discord will get this. Boom. Alert has been set. Let's clear this log, mark all as red. Boom, boom, boom. Now we have an alert set. It's 8:34 alert set. We've already hit Tuesday's lows. We've hit Wednesday's lows, Tuesday's lows and Wednesday's lows, right? Um Yesterday's lows, Wednesday's lows. Oh, we just tapped into I didn't have this alert, but we did tap into that. Tapped into Tuesday's lows. So, something to keep in mind in, right? We've already swept this. Swept this low, met the target, right? Target has been met on this market maker model that we marked out from up here with our SMT. So these SMTs up here have pretty much done their job, right? On this time frame. They're done their job. Do we want to see a continuation? I don't know, but let's kind of take a look. So looking at it, and we're always going to start with a high time frame. Let's get rid of this. Looking at this on a higher time frame, our weekly gap is way up here. You can see I have that alert set, so we're not tapping into any of this yet. It looks like we're rejecting a lot of these things, right? So we have a weekly. Look at how we've rejected this here. We've rejected this weekly inversion, right? You can see how we're putting in just these rejections here, right? And we're starting to move to the downside right here. So something to keep in mind, right? We've got that rejection. We are inside of another weekly inversion. On top of that, right, on top of that, we have this BPR here. This weekly BPR we're about to just tap into. So we are rejecting. This is Tuesday's lows, right? That we just rejected. We swept Tuesday's lows, which falls inside of a weekly BPR inverted, which is also, and if you take a look at this, this is also previous highs, right? Up here. So this is a point of interest for me. Overlapping, overlapping, overlapping. We're pushing lower. Let's go down to the daily. Yeah, you can see us pushing lower. This honestly, this looks really bearish to me. Right? This looks super bearish. Right? You have that a break. What do we expect here? I mean, honestly, for me, I want to see us just boom, trade back in, and then get that dump to the downside. That is I've been bearish through all of this weird price action. All of this, right, has been just chop. But we've gotten a bunch of signals up here. We got this one to take us higher in order to create our SMTs up there, but we have absolutely no continuation of this area. So I'm expecting price to continue lower with that bias. And if I'm going to align that bias with a model, right? Look at this daily fair value gap, right? We got this what do we get? We have this break above, right? We have this break above of this fair value gap, right? Then immediately next day we get a rejection and break below. And then rejection, rejection, rejection. So I'm looking at this on a bearish stance. That's how I'm looking at it, and that's how I'll be playing it. So let's hop into down to a 12 hour. What do we have? Is there anything on this 12 hour? Can we close this 12 hour? Maybe. Maybe. Let's clean up some of this stuff, right? Let's clean this up. Clean, clean. We know we swept that. Will keep that there. Cool. We'll keep that just like that. Here's the 12-hour high. Here's a 12-hour low. We're breaking over this one. We're now breaking this inversion, right? At 19667 of a 12-hour inversion. So high time frame imbalances are higher probability for me, right? Obviously, we've got all day to still close below this. So let's keep going. Do we have anything on the 8? Nothing on the 8. Anything on the 6? We've got 2 hours for this one. Can we close below this one on the 6? We have the 4 here. And then the 3. I like the 3 a lot. The 3 has been a time frame that I've been using a lot, and it's helped. So you can see how this one has become an inversion. Boom, rejection take us higher, SMT inside of this rejection inversion. Now we're pushing back into this, right? Are we creating some sort of SMT with these lows? Right now, it looks like the only, yeah, RTY is creating SMTs with these lows. That NQ, yeah, NQ is creating SMTs with these lows. And the last, these are the lows. It doesn't have to be, for me, I don't count the same lows, right? Because on a higher time frame, this low is part of a 6 hour um, candle. So that's how I'm looking at it. Doesn't have to be the same. It's just as long as it's the same swing low within that time frame on a higher time frame. RTY is now pushing below that. So we do have an SMT as it sits right now. So this is an SMT for continuation higher. Is that what we want to see? I would look to find a model for only a pullback. Only a pullback. That's what I'm looking for. Nothing else. Just a pullback. So let's see. Let's keep going. Let's go to 1 hour. And here's our 1 hour. If you have any questions or if you want me to look at something specific, or if you're like, man, this guy's on the wrong side of the market, let me know. Right? I want to hear your thoughts as well. But also don't forget to join the Discord. First link, the description below. I think it's the first link. I haven't even checked that. Please, if somebody can just verify that, that would be amazing. Let me make sure it's there. Edit. Nope. I just need to make sure that it's there. Hold on, guys. Switch account, YouTube Studio. Nope. Yep. And so I'm probably late for this on this just because we were doing a top down. But I would be looking for a I'd be looking for this to create a second if it didn't already create SMT inside of this, I'd be looking for an SMT here. Unless we get that break on YM. Yeah, join the Discord. It's the first link in the description below. And it's a good community. You will get kicked out if you're a douche. So just be nice. That's all. If not, then it's not for you. All right. No SMT on the 12-minute. No SMT. So there's no SMT here either. Cool. This looks good. This continues to look good. I wouldn't be looking for an entry yet. And my entry for this, right? Let's talk about this for a second. What happened? What happened up here? Right? We had this dump for no reason. SMT inside of a 2-hour BPR. This is what that is. Right? This SMT took us higher, created a second SMT to take us lower, right? This held, this got created, swept. This was a manipulation, CISD, closed below. I didn't get an entry here. I actually got an entry, but I was early and I took it off because it just was not the model that I was looking for. Even though it played out, I was still happy to take it off. Right? So that was not my model. And if it was, then I didn't catch it. But I didn't see any entries here. The only entry I was maybe looking at was right here, CISD, right? But I was really thinking we'd come back, boom, boom, create some sort of divergence with either here or something else fails, and then we continue lower, something like this, right? That would have been the SMT that I'd be looking for. This would have confirmed my model, and that would have been it, right? Like right here, SMT right here. So you get this, boom, SMT, and then you get that second CISD. This would have been the better manipulation, like to the downside, right? But if we look at this is still an SMT between this, and let me show you why this model played out. Let me show you why this model played out. This was simply a liquidity grab. This was a manipulation of its own. Then we look for structure here. This becomes our structure from this point, right? Because then we have SMT here. and this is a lot, but let me show you here. We have our SMT, right? This is our structural SMT that I'll be looking for. This would have been a better entry. You can see we have this beautiful pullback into the range, into the dump. And that would have been a great entry. This was the model. I was not super convinced. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to build conviction through my model, right? So I wasn't super convinced, but this would have been the model you take. I did measure this as a manipulation leg, right? Because I was like, this looks really, really good for a manipulation leg. It aligns with the context of a bearish stance. Look at where negative two, 2.5, they take out this low, possibly this low, right? And look at what we did. Came down to two, boom, reaccumulated, right? And then we targeted -4. And that's where we're sitting at right now. Did we get it exactly? Not yet. Not yet. But this is the target, right? This is still the target. Can we? And that's why I said, like, I'm not looking for any entries yet. I don't see an SMT forming here. I don't see anything forming up here that tells me, hey, we're going to continue higher. But I do see this SMT right up here that allows me to just kind of pull context of my bias here, right? And say, yeah, this is where we want to go. This is what we want to do. Does that make sense? So this allows me to align context. This to me is still, hey, we want to continue lower, right? There's SMT here, right? SMT with ES. This is even a stronger confluence. When there is SMT between ES and YM, we can expect this to continue lower. Does that make sense? And if it makes sense, please let me know. Please let me know. If it doesn't make sense, let's talk about it. I want to clarify this stuff because there's a reason things move. And if we can align the higher time frame context and execute on these trades, then that's it, right? Like we don't have to be chasing any of this. Any of this. We don't have to chase it. This is honestly, this is something that I've been learning is I don't need to FOMO into any of this, but I can wait, I can sit, and I can follow a continuation. Now, would I follow this continuation? Maybe. Do I have, but probably not, right? Why? Because our target has been met. And if it hasn't been met, we're super close to it. So is this a place I can expect for price to reverse? Yes. That's number one, right? Why? And that's a good question because we've already completed the market maker model for this smaller intermediate time frame, right? On a higher time frame, though, this is a different story. We can do the same thing, market maker model, right? We can create a market maker model here. If this is our manipulation, like on a higher time frame, you guys, this is gonna be wild, right? I've shown this on the Discord. If this is our manipulation leg, -2, 2.5. Let me draw horizontal before we even push this out. That is, where is this? Right. That's -2. That's -4. That's -2.5. -4.5. Let's see where this aligns in context of a higher time frame. And now you see, do these look like targets? This looks like a target. This imbalance, look at where this imbalance. This is a beautiful, look at how we this is a pivot point, right? Like rejection, rejection, break, rejection, break above, and push. These are targets that align with the context, that align with the manipulation, that align with the overall bias. And if we can stack all of these together, wait for the play, right? And overlap models, then we can catch a great execution. So don't FOMO into anything. Like don't FOMO into anything. Right? We've already swept this. We've swept liquidity here. What else do you want here? Is there another reason for us to go lower right now? Right? And honestly, we did sweep it. Yeah, okay. So we swept this. So this has been swept, right? Liquidity has been swept. Boom. We've swept a high time frame liquidity. right there, high time frame sweep of at least a 4 hour. And we know that this is at least a 4 hour, right? We're inside of an imbalance, 3 hour inverted fair value gap, where we can expect for price to move higher, right? To manipulate in some sort of way, right? Do we have, oh, look at this. We do have an, I didn't even see this. We have an SMT right here. Boom, SMT. All right, where would our entry be? Let's just take a look at this. Will this model play out? I'm gonna go to the 45-second here. Do we have an entry? This is our first here. This would be, that's the sweep manipulation. Here's our CISD, right? CISD, boom. Entry would have been here. If we can get back in here, we'll do this. Let me go with 6. This would be by 6. Will it let me? Yep. Stop loss at this low. Oh shoot, that's a pretty large. I would probably do 3. That's still a lot. Shoot, we're so far. We're so far from here. Let's see. This is the only place I would get in, right around here. That's just my risk. That's my risk parameters, right? If that's my risk parameters, let's see. And this is, look at where this takes us. 2 and 2.5. What is around this area? All of this liquidity here, right? All of this buy side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 highs, swing highs of buy side liquidity. Is there a reason? Is there a reason why price should come and take all of this? Well, we've just taken high time frame, all of this high time frame liquidity, right? We've taken daily lows. We just took 2 of them out back to back. We took what was this? Wednesdays? Yeah, Wednesday's lows. We took yesterday's lows. So back to back, we took yesterday's, Wednesdays, and Tuesdays. Is there a reason why we should keep going lower? I mean, on a higher time frame, yes, but for now, not really. There's not really a reason for us to keep going lower, right? There's a reason for us to pull back, right? There's a reason for us to pull back and rebalance this. Now that there's a reason. All right, looking at the 3 hour, no imbalances there. Looking at the 2 hour, no imbalances there. Looking at the 1 hour, I mean, we're rejecting this one pretty good. We're rejecting this one pretty good, right? But no real imbalances either. So again, just aligning context from a higher time frame to get better executions on direction of your bias, right? So this is a model. Like this is a model right here. High time frame sweep, right? Boom. And honestly, if we want to dissect exactly where we can get in, once you have this SMT, let's just say we put this, let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of this for a second. Okay, so we're here. This is the first leg that swept liquidity, right? Immediately we moved higher. If we look here, this is our, I personally wouldn't trust the 15-second SMT, but it's there. We know it's there. Cool. All right. Where is our, this would be our CISD after our SMT. All right, cool. You can see we pushed back into that CISD twice, but let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. Boom. This, you can see right here, protecting those lows, right? CISD. Boom. This is holding second SMT. We know that, right? This is how I'm just dissecting this play as it happens. Second SMT. Where is our CISD from the second SMT? It's way up here. So to me, that's a pretty large stop loss, right? But it's there. Can we confirm that? If we can confirm that, if you got in here and you can confirm that, you can keep holding. Let's see. No, nothing, nothing. Ooh, almost. Oh, wait, you would have gotten stopped out here. Boom, boom, boom. That was okay. That was our second. Oh, sorry. This was our, yep. This is our CISD that we were looking at. So that's a 1 minute. And this is why I said I wouldn't trust the 15-second. All right. I've gotten stopped out on the 15-second and I shouldn't have trusted it. But there it is. Bless you. There's our SMT. I mean, yeah, there's our SMT right there. Right. This is our 1 minute. Here's a valid CISD. This is our first one here. Right? This basically told us, hey, we're setting up to go higher. When? I don't know. But once we get this SMT, this becomes a high probability setup, right? Then we get a second CISD right here. Boom, overlapping with our first. This again, it's like, okay, can we set this up? What do we boom, what do we get? A closure. Boom, you could have entered here, right? It's still a pretty large stop loss, right? I can't see what this is like, but pretty large stop loss. I would like to enter here. Let's see. At this point, at a play like this, I would probably scale in different zones. Here's a good one. This is a good overlap that I would scale into. So take profit, or I mean, sorry, first entry here, second add here, stop loss on this low, that SMT low, manipulation low, right? And that's where we're at now. I wouldn't have gotten in any fill right now. You could have entered at that CISD. Stop loss would have been super, super large. I still expect price to come down and refill this imbalance, right? This is a really nice imbalance that we could refill, either fill and take us higher, or fill to create this 5 minute larger time frame SMT, right? But this model is playing out. Everything is there that I want to see. High time frame sweep inside of a high time frame imbalance, SMT, CISD, right? And now we're just waiting to get filled. We wouldn't chase this. What happened over here? Remember this? Remember what happened here? Right here. If you were gonna chase an entry here, immediately you would have gotten stopped out. But if you would have caught it down here at the origin of consolidation, right? If your stop was here, you would be fine. It'd be, I mean, this is a scary candle, right? But you would ultimately have followed the plan of this, right? SMT inside a 2 hour BPR, right? SMT inside a 2 hour BPR that took us higher, right? Boom. CISD right here. You could have gotten your entry right at that CISD inside of that fair value gap. Stop at these lows and target. I think this target was way up here. There was a -2 standard deviation up here, -4 all the way up here, right? And just let it play out, and that's it. This is a scary model to play. I'm not gonna lie, because it is a reversal model. That's all it is. It's a reversal model. So when you get stopped out, you're going to find out real quick when you get stopped out. But when it plays out, this is a beautiful model to let it just ride and sit. And you don't have to monitor or you don't have to do any of that. So again, measuring this out, and we're going to leave this one on, right? We're going to leave this one on. We know that -2 standard deviations, right? We have a new week opening gap. We have this liquidity right here and this liquidity. I would be I would be looking to take either partials or targeting this area before coming all the way up here. Right? Remember, we don't have any sort of high time frame imbalances. All of this price action has been efficient, but we do have a run on liquidity, right? Swing high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, just basically waiting for price to just trade right there. Boom. Look at all of this. All of this is just liquidity being generated by the market, right? For us to come back and what? Hunt. Because price does a couple of things, right? Hunt liquidity, rebalance equilibrium, rebalance inefficiencies, and generate liquidity. Anyways, that's what I'm looking at. That would have been the trade of the day. It's 950. It's 9:59. That would have been my entry. That would have been the trade of my, like, that's for me. That's my trade. That's what I've been looking for. One trade a day, or sorry, two trades a day. After this, either looking for continuations or waiting for price to come get me, right? And then take me higher. That's all I'm doing. And I'm just sitting here. I'm not going to be chasing any of this, right? And at 10, what is it? 10? At 10:10, my goal is to get off of this stream and go live my life. And I hope that you guys can start to see that, right? These are going to be short streams. I want these to be short intentionally. I want you guys to enjoy life. I want you guys to understand what I'm looking for, why I'm looking for it. And if we get a missed entry, it is okay. You don't have to chase it. You have the freedom to go and live your life. That's the beauty of trading. And that's what I want to be doing. And if I get stopped out on this, it's a $250 loss on the day. Amazing. I followed my rules. I saw the model. The plan was there. And I've seen it play out. And I have conviction on this model, on this entry for that reason, right? I hope that makes sense. I hope you guys are encouraged through it. And if you have any questions on the market maker model itself, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, right? Looking at this, okay, I know I mentioned the quarterly theory, and we're gonna talk about quarterly theory. Let's see what we have. If you guys see anything, I typically don't trade sequential SMT session to session. I typically look for imbalances SMT. There are people that trade session sequential SMTs, and that's awesome, but that's just a little bit more to dive into for me. And all right, so now, what was I doing? Oh yeah, sequential SMTs. Sequential SMTs. Let's go market. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go sessions. Right. Let's go session to session. Here's our session high of Asia. Or sorry, London. Here's our session high of. I'm looking at sessions, right? Session high of Q2. Session high of Q3 is right here. Session high of Q3. So let's take a look at these two points and where they're at. No sequential SMT here on session to session. Or is this? Oh, guys, I'm looking at this wrong. My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. Yep, I'm looking at this on. I was looking at dailies. So session to session. Let's look at, dismiss that one. Session to session would be this one for a London, right? Session to session is that one for a London. So if we go, we have, do we have sequential SMT here? What's up, Gorda? All right, I'm coming. I'm almost done. No sequential SMT there. No sequential SMT, no sequential SMT, no sequential SMT. Cool. I like that. And this is where you can okay, this is another thing. You can start to align context. If we have no sequential SMT session over session, why would we continue lower? I want to see sequential SMT session to session, right? Same thing for the other side. We're kind of stuck in this range. So I can then look at other things and say, okay, cool. Inside of fair value gap, high time frame has been swept. We've created SMT. We have a change in the state of delivery. All of these things are lining up for us to go run buy side liquidity, create an SMT if that's what we want to get to continue lower. And that's, you can see that playing out, right? And of course, I am biased. But if I can align my bias with context and the draw on liquidity on a higher time frame, I can start to paint a picture, put the puzzle together. And that's exactly what I'm doing, right? So, and if I'm wrong, the market will tell me, "Hey, dude, you are wrong." And I'm okay with that. I think that's a harder pill to swallow for some people, is having a bias, stating it out loud, and then being wrong. But there's nothing wrong with being wrong as long as you're following the plan. I hope that makes sense. If you want my actual what my trade would have been, I would have been like this, like that. That would have been my trade. I would have let this play out. I will let this play out. I'll update you guys. If you are on the Discord, I'll let you guys know how this went. If I got stopped out, um, and go from there. But join the Discord. It is honestly an awesome community. We have some awesome traders. It's not just ICT quarterly theory traders. There's traders that trade that are different styles, right? That would have been my trade. Let's see how this played out. So if I was to get in, right, we'll see this play out. So you can see it on the chart. That's my, you can see my target. You can see why I'm targeting, and you can see the reasons and all of that stuff. So it's 5 minutes to go and I'll be done with the stream, and I'll be done, and I'll be off the charts, and I'll be enjoying my life. So, and this would be just one trade, right? I did take an overnight trade. I talked about that on the Discord. It was a win, but at the same time, for me, it was just a complete loss. Like, it was, that's, I shouldn't have taken it, shouldn't have been there. Not at I was trading late. I shouldn't it, and it's just one of those things where I knew that it wasn't right. So I count that as a big loss, but I'm learning from that, right? As even though the profit, it was in profit, it's still a loss. And I think that's a beautiful thing about trading and having a community, is you get to understand and see what other people are doing, see why things are, a win, why things might be a loss even when they're a win, and vice versa. So it keeps accountability, it keeps your rules, it keeps discipline. Even if you have no rules, or if your rules are dynamic, it keeps you disciplined. So join the group, link in the description below. It'll be right down on YouTube. So FTF team, it's like FTP team. Guys, what's FTF? Oh, it's a brand. It's a brand. My bad. My bad. FTP team. I hope you guys enjoy the stream. Please, if you have any questions, let me know. You can find me on the Discord. That is going to be the best way to communicate, to directly have access to me, and we'll go from there. But this is a trade, right? That's the trade. I'm not looking for anything else today. I'm not looking for anything else. Anything else. The trade that I took overnight, I'll let you know where that's not even overnight. It was super late. Here it is, right here. This is the trade I took last night. Boom, weekly opening gap, tapped into it. No, right here. We tapped back into this, created an SMT here. I believe that was it, creating another SMT here. Where did I see that SMT? See, this is where I shouldn't have been taking it. It's like, I had my bias, but should I have been taking this? Probably not. This is where I shouldn't have been taking it. We didn't even have SMT, but we did have an SMT up here somewhere. See, I shouldn't have been taking it. I'm telling you, my bias was there, but I should not have been taking it at all. This was not a trade for me. I would have gotten stopped out on this candle. If I would have let this run, I would have gotten stopped out. I got in, I got out. It was 30 minutes, right? But ultimately, this would have came for my stop because there was no plan there. There was nothing there for me. So finally, we got this SMT here, actually, right there. That was, but I would have gotten stopped out. So that was my trade. that was the one that I failed. I failed. I shouldn't have done it. I should have said, hey, you know what? This isn't a good time to trade, even though it wasn't profit. Um, shouldn't have done it. Continued lower, right? At least it was towards my bias. And I'm not trying to justify this, but it was towards a bias, right? Like there was a target that was ultimately waiting to get met. -2 standard deviations. So are we gonna get a fill right here? Is that what we're gonna do? Can we get a fill here? Let's see. We're gonna wait. We got one more minute, and I'm out. 20 seconds or 30, 30 seconds. 30 seconds and I'm out. After this, I'd be done. Dunzos. I'll be enjoying my fam. My fam is here. So yeah, thank you guys for joining. I appreciate it. Please, yeah, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. There's a lot to this model. There's a lot of different trading styles. I don't expect you guys to trade the way that I'm trading, but I expect you guys to have discipline in your trading. I expect you to follow whatever rules you set for yourself. Ultimately, we want to see everyone succeed and be profitable. And the only way that you'll do that is taking less trades. That's one. Being disciplined to what you set your rules to be, right? And not going on tilt. So writing every single day. Uh, your trades, how you're feeling, what happened, and just assessing, reassessing, improving. So that's it. Thanks for joining the stream. It's 10:10. I'll catch you guys tomorrow at 9:30 for market open. We'll go and do the same thing, looking for any entries. I will be updating the Discord for any additional entries that I do take. So if you want to be a part of that and you want to say, you know what, I do want to see how this plays out. I want to see where Aaron takes his entries. Join the Discord. First link in the description below. With that being said, FTP fam, please stay safe out there and we'll talk soon.